What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with another Tales of the Rays video. The producer's letter for this month, Volume 41, is out, and we have the translations. So we're gonna go over everything. I'll see if I can leave a link to the Reddit post for this. I downloaded it, so it's easier to look at, but if I remember, I will put the Reddit post in here. But we're going to go over everything here, and there's some pretty exciting stuff in here from what I've seen. I haven't read everything, so I'm not sure what to expect fully, but I have read the first little part. But let's just go over everything. So first thing they say here is they want to apologize for the bugs they've had with the gacha. If you haven't been around right when stuff goes live, we've had a few issues, like with the Richter banner, and some other banners somewhat recently where the gacha banner just disappeared. So that's what they're kind of talking about here. So they want to apologize for all the bugs. Working remotely has messed with our communications and led to unfortunate happenings such as these. But we would like to review our working and bring you our best possible. Okay, that's weird wording. Next is the info for the version 4.0 update, planned to release with Art 4, and the info for the upcoming 3.11 and 3.12 updates. So, we're not going to get the 4.0 update until the... it's planned for the release with the 4th arc. I do think they're going to take a month off. So, I think next month we probably won't get a story. They might mention it here, but from what I've seen, it doesn't seem like they say. They just say it's autumn. So, my guess is September will be when we see the 4th arc start, but maybe they'll surprise us and it'll come sooner. But considering there's still 2 more updates, I don't know if I see that happening. But let's go over everything. As stated above, this update is planned to release with the start of Arc 4, autumn. With this update will come one of the milestones mentioned in the previous letter, the renewal of the Enhancement System. We said this might take until the end of the year, but we were able to sort things out much faster than expected. I'm very happy about this. I wanted this to happen sooner than later. And I've pretty much read everything here for this update in terms of overhauling the enhancement system, and it's actually very exciting. It's almost like we're getting a brand new game. But let's go over it. As aforementioned, parameters will be bound to characters, and arts will be able to be separated from their equipment. So the following is the specifics of how that will work. So let's go over this, and then we'll talk about it. First, equipment and mirror arts will, as per usual, be obtainable through gacha, so you will still have to summon for them, which makes sense, because if you didn't, then what would the gacha system be? So, you know, your 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, I don't know if they're still going to be weapons. They might just be the arts themselves. We'll have to see how they kind of change how they look. But it's still going to be obtainable through the same way. This system will not change. Until now, character's battle power was set with 4 equipment and 2 mirror dart slots. And then obviously spirit gear if you count that. Excuse me. With the unequipped equipment just simply for art variation. And thus many unused equipment from over 160 characters ended up being thrown in storage, making enhancing such a pain to do. I personally... I don't like deleting gear unless I have it max limit broken. It's just kind of like a completionist factor OCD thing that I have. So, when I like, for example, Dist, for example, he's not a character I summoned for, he's not a character I'll probably ever use, but I still leveled up and enhanced every single piece of equipment I got for him during this event. So that's just something that I do. But obviously that means I have to keep increasing my storage and all that stuff, and it does end up being a pain. So let's see what they plan to do about that. Version 4.0 aims to clear this problem in the below fashion. The addition of a parameter to characters called equipment level. Okay. Obtaining certain equipment will boost this parameter. So it looks like your character is going to get stronger depending on how many pieces of equipment you pull for that character. For the most part, equipment with higher rarities along with limit breaks amounts will give a higher boost to the equipment level along with obtaining equipment. It will also be possible to use certain items to increase the equipment level. So you won't, if you have a copy of an art already unlocked, it seems like you're not going to be forced to pull that art over and over and over. But what I'm really interested about is So is this just an overall equipment level? So will any 5 stars, 4 stars, and 3 stars increase this level? Or is there going to be an equipment level for each specific art? That's what I'm very curious about. So, you know, if you've pulled 500 of a character's 4 star, is just that art going to go up, or is the overall character's level going to be higher in terms of stats? Now, the worry at this point is what will happen to all the enhancing up till now. Excuse me. All the limit break slash weapon obtainment up till the update will be reflected into the character's equipment levels. So that means if you have wailed for a character, like my most wailed character, I wouldn't say wailed, but my most enhanced characters are Ix, Melina, Emil, Lloyd, Velvet, Saray. So those characters will probably have the highest equipment level for me. So let's see what they have to say here. Another thing to note, characters' battle powers will most definitely not decrease after the update. Will most definitely not... Okay, so your character's power level is still going to stay the same. The following are some other changes to note. Auto limit break, auto sell. Obtained equipment will automatically be limit broken, and max limit broken equipment will be automatically sold when obtained further. So I guess we're still... See, that's what's confusing. They're saying you're not going to be enhancing equipment the same way, but then there's an auto limit break, auto sell feature. So I don't get how that's going to work, but okay. So what was so sold when obtained further? Okay, well we'll see how that works out. It doesn't really make much sense here, just reading text. With the addition of the equipment level parameter, storage space will no longer be needed. So that means you won't have to increase your storage space. And here's what I really like. A lot of gacha games don't do this when they make changes like this. So the equipment slots and storage will be removed. Of course, the diamonds and mirror gems used to expand their spaces will be refunded. I would say I've spent close to probably 1,000 diamonds on increasing my inventory space. So that's 5 multis, essentially, I'm going to get back. So yeah, so if you've spent a lot on increasing your equipment storage space, you're going to get all that back. So that's really cool. This is pretty much where I read up to. Everything else here is going to be new for me. Learning art. As stated above, equipment is turned into equipment level, so arts and mirror arts will be learned after the first obtainment. Okay, that makes sense. Of their respective equipment. Arts will be equipped in the same fashion as the current, and they will also be enhanced in the same way as now. Art enhancing will be shortened at this point. You won't need to unlock each enhanced one at a time. Okay, so it looks like they're just going to change our box. It'll probably still have the picture of the weapon that we roll for, but there's not going to be the way you limit break it and stuff. There's not going to be multiple copies of the same weapon in your box, probably. It'll probably just be when you go to that specific weapon, you'll go into it, and then it'll be like, oh, you've pulled this many copies. You can enhance it this many times. But we'll have to see. Yeah, just explaining with words may not have been clear, but we thought we should take the opportunity to give you this information. Further details will be given in a P-Layer closer to the update. Okay. So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy about that. Okay. Version 3.11 update planned for mid-July and okay. Okay, so both these updates are going to be done by July. So we could see this coming in August. Okay. Let's look at all of this. Oh, so the auto limit break, auto sell is going to be implemented. Okay, well, let's read everything in order. Raise Festival, one of the 2020 milestones, will be implemented in 3.11. The Raise Festival will feature such things as a free multi-gacha every day and rerunning fan-favorite raid events, all in a 10-day span. Another such event in this span is the crossover voting event. Wait, what? Okay, let's... I'm getting too ahead of myself. Okay. This event only occurs during the Raise Festival. It's an event where 6 pairs of possible crossovers are shown, and the player voted top 3 pairs will receive crossover mirror darts during the next Raise Festival. Okay, so it looks like they're going to do another set of what they did now. So how we're getting the one with Lloyd and Mythos, Ruka and Spada, and Edna and Aizen, it looks like maybe next year we'll get another trio of mirror darts like that. voting points will be obtained by clearing a stage. So it looks like whatever events we're doing will be the characters that maybe we are on the option. Well, let's see. Voting points will be obtained by clearing a stage with limited number of runs per day. The score obtained in the voting quest will be reflected into the voting points you can use for a crossover vote. The first half of the vote will decide first and second places, and the second half, okay. Score, so I'm guessing, this is another thing where everything's written here where it doesn't really explain anything. All it really explains is that we're going to have stages we're going to be running. It doesn't explain how we vote. Doesn't say anything here about the characters that... See, it doesn't even... like, how do we know what characters are going to be voted for? So... yeah, I don't know. Maybe someone can leave a comment down below, or all of you can leave a comment, basically what you guys think. Because it just sounds like there's going to be a bunch of quests we can run. I don't know if it means the quests that we run, maybe there'll be characters you fight. So, like, for example, if there's a, who would be another duo? Like, what if they did, like, a Genus and Rain one? If they did a Genus and Rain one, for example, would there be a stage where we fight Genus and Rain? If you want to vote for that one, you pick that stage to do. It's not really explained very well here. But, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. App start time oh, thank you. Super Programmer N, who joined in April, has used his skills to find all the problems that were causing insane load times. We are currently testing it. Oh, okay, well that's good, because Raze has probably one of the longest load times for everything in any gacha I've ever played. Auto Limit Break Auto Sell version 3.12. Okay, so it's going to come in before... Okay, so this is the feature in preparation for 4.0 that was mentioned earlier. And an additional warning until version, if I can speak, 4.0 comes. This update will sort all the equipment you have so far to some amounts, to an abominable amount of data. We recommend you use this auto limit break, auto sell system to organize your equipment so that updating goes smoothly as possible. Okay, so they're basically saying do the auto limit break, auto sell feature before 4.0 comes, or else you're going to have much longer time getting stuff done. Okay, so let's talk about I think this is everything pretty much that's left. Okay, yeah. So let's talk about everything here. So we have the Nakakiri Dungeon 10th Anniversary event with Dio and Mel for the middle of July. So that'll be starting, I think it's on the 13th when the Abyss Raid event ends. So that's when this will start. Congrats on 10th Anniversary, Nakakiri Dungeon. It's actually supposed to be August 5th, but forgive us for being a bit early. And unfortunately, as stated in Twitter, Albert will not be present. Cries of deep sorrow. And because of his absence, Dio and Mel will not be able to unleash their full power as Narakirists. However, some of the Narakirist powers will be included. By unleashing a critical or using some mirror darts, Dio and Mel can execute what's called a class up, and their costume will change along with their arts becoming stronger. That's cool. So Dio goes from Samurai to Sword Imperial, and Mel goes from Witch to High Witch. Okay. For Dio, his attack speed will increase along with getting additional attacks in. And Mel casting speed will increase along with getting increased hits in AoE. By defeating an enemy before the class up timer is over, the class up timer can be elongated. And as their Narakiri's powers are limited, Dio will be fighting with only Samurai classes, and Mel with only Witch classes. By the way, I said Nakakiri, it's Narikiri. I'm sure someone will correct me on that. Okay, Rays of Festival, late July, so this is expected. The 3 crossover mirror darts for the first Rays of Festival will feature the 3 that were voted the highest Rays scenes Twitter vote, being Mythos, Lloyd, Aizen, Edna, Ruka, Spada. This is a really grand set fit for the first batch, and the animations along with the lines from the Rays story activates Goosebumps Overload. And the theme for this time will be crossovers between characters who were able to use the same arts / mystic arts in their original games. So, characters who are very similar to each other. We'll be gradually showing the pairings to look forward to them. So, this is just the theme for the first one, and they're not saying that there's only going to be one set a year. It's just, for the festival, it seems like there's going to be a theme every year. So every year around July, we'll probably get a trio of characters getting crossover mirror jarts. But that doesn't mean we'll never see them in the future. We could definitely get, you know, an event later in the future where one character gets one with another character. Okay, so late July, I'm guessing Fairy's Requiem Final Chapter is going to come along with this. I don't know if they'll come the exact same day, but they'll come around the same time. And I don't even know if this will have an event, because it's just a Raise a Festival. Well, I guess, because they mentioned that there's going to be stages for voting. So that's probably what it's going to be. So there's going to be, yeah, there's going to be an event, Raise a Festival. So yeah, it won't be when the story chapter comes. So this will probably be like around the 20th. Since they're putting stuff in order, it's definitely going to be before the 25th. So I would say probably around like, what's the 20th? The 20th is Monday. So yeah, they could do that. Monday the 20th, we get the banner there. So that's only 2 weeks away from today, actually. But we'll just have to wait and see whenever they start posting news. As previously mentioned, Arc 3 will end this month. Mercurio will officially join this chapter, which we will obviously do a live stream like every month, especially for this one, considering it is the finale. Even if it's short, you know, some of the arc endings are only like 3 stages, but we'll still do a live stream regardless. And then the final event for this month is a Royal Summer swimsuit event with Agria and Simone, end of July, which will obviously start the last day of the month. Annual Raise Summer. This summer is, well, quite something. It's probably needless to say that a whole bunch of you were surprised by this month's... Yeah. With the casino event from last May being relatively popular, we were thinking of making an event with only enemy characters. And then, that was Chimera fused with words of a certain someone. Saint in a swimsuit. And as a result, we got the Royalish Evil Saints ladies from the 90s Tales with the little devil-type girls from the 2000s Tales in one event, which none of you could have probably guessed. All I can say for now is one heck of an event that can definitely only be done in Tir na Nog. Well, that's for sure. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything here. It's all very exciting. I'm not sure what to make of this like Raise Festival event. It sounds very confusing about how we vote for stuff, but as we see more, it'll make more sense. Along with the equipment overhaul, it's going to be confusing at first to see how it kind of works, but when we do get that 4.0 update next month or in September, whenever it comes, once I fully understand it, I'll definitely do a full breakdown about how it's different for enhancing the normal stuff. I think it'll still relatively look the same, like we're still going to see all our separate weapons, but it won't be a thing where you can actually sell weapons anymore. Which begs the question, what are they going to do with 1 stars and 2 stars? Because they were talking about overhauling the friend point system. And, you know, just regular stages, you'll randomly get a 1 or 2 star weapon. So are those just going to be immediately just, like, written out of the game? I would assume they have to, because we're not going to be pulling copies from what it sounds like. Auto limit break, auto sell. So I'm wondering if the way it makes it sound. Where is it? Auto limit break, auto sell. At least in version 3.12, seems like it's a manual thing you have to do. But the way they make it sound for after version 4.0 makes it sound like it's an auto thing it's gonna do on its own. So like, if you have a 5-star weapon that's already at level 90 and you can't limit break it anymore, I guess it just gets auto-sold or it just auto-feeds in and your overall attack power increases, so it'll be interesting to see how that kind of works. Obviously, about a year ago now, we got that update that really kind of changed the game. Because before our team powers were really low, you know, you'd be lucky if you got around 30,000 for a total team power. But then they did that update where enhancements started to add to your overall team power. So it'll be interesting to see if our team power increases even more with this one. But yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. We're probably like a month or so out from our from all of this update stuff. I'll be very happy though to get all those diamonds back. You know, if I get lucky on this crossover mirror jar banner, then I can always save those diamonds for the following month. But let me know what you guys think down below. This is all very exciting stuff. As for all these events this month, I am only summoning on the Raise a Festival banner. Ideally, I would like to pull 1 copy of each of these Mirage Arts, but my main goal is just Mythos and Lloyd. If I do, you know, 5-6 multis and I only get that one, then I can walk away with that one. But this will be a pretty full banner, because Mythos has 3 Mirage Arts, Lloyd has 3, Aizen has 2, Edna has 2, Ruka has 2. No, wait, he doesn't even have a seasonal yet. He has a Decisive Mirage Art and a regular one. So Ruka has 1 and Spada has 2. So that's even not counting the crossover Mirage Arts, that's still about, you know, like 10 plus Mirage Arts there. So getting what you want there is still going to be pretty tough. But let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you're new to the channel. I'll see y'all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.